I have a couple of MAC lipsticks and Scott Sanders had packed up my makeup. And one of my civilian standbys with LVMPD. I threw it away because it was toxicated. Got this Fremont Street experience on St. Patrick's Day this year, which brings us back to green screen and everyone else. And now I don't own these earrings, but a big shout out to everyone who's been wearing them lately. If I don't look. And this jewelry box I got at the Burlington Coat Factory in Anchorage, Alaska. He had packed this up too. Now my ears were really hurting when I got them. And I think that, when did I get this? I think when I got, RG, right? Should I do two-toned or what should I do? No, because, of course I have this. I don't waste any time, so everyone's been wearing these lately. I know. They love me, I know. And I think at the end, and do you know what I have? The only thing I do have of my grandfather is this knife. This knife. Somehow I still have this. I'm not going to open it because I could break a nail or somehow cut myself. I know. Now he loved, I said it, Fox News and Alaska. And he did not brag or flaunt his wealth, but he always said himself. That's why I know about Cabela's. And he liked to fly fish. He wasn't your, I guess, traditional fisherman. And even, not his last couple years, but when he was getting significantly older, he would have a helicopter waiting for him. So if anything happened in Alaska, and then I got the Alaska job. He died in August of 2015. So my mother didn't even want me to come to the funeral. And then another family member offered for me to pay for me, but I was working, New Greek TV, and our checks were cut in overnight, not even overnight, it's just business. And I had a second job. But his U.S. Navy flag was saved for me, and a couple of his guns, maybe. Don't ask my mother or Jean-Marc Bouget of France. And of course this won't work, and I won't give away all of my secrets, but now I can't even delete certain things here because I am just so powerful and they love me. Let's see if this will work. So I'm embarking, using the word in its real context, to my whole neighborhood. And some people know where I'm going. And I saw a good, co-resident where I'm living, and I recognize him or her from before, and I remember their name from the first time we officially introduced ourselves. And then water dripped on me from above. Of course, approaching Fremont here and 11th. Do these morons, low bottom and high bottom, like Zooks, Vey, Way, Quay, whatever, what about technology? Do they think they're intimidating me? Haven't you seen enough? Of course, do you want to help me? I have money.
I never noticed his name because we look something like
if you do this kind of vlogs, Scotty Maribu,
who were both, I guess, from the Peloponnese sauce. I'm from Kalamata. That's why my original name is Athanasopoulos or Athanasopoulou. And because I look for Greek names, I never noticed his name. I would have noticed Opolis at St. John the Baptist Desert Messenger membership, but he was in recent times. Would you like to schedule another confessional with Father John? It's almost June 3rd, a year later, 2026. I don't need to, I'm good. Well, I really have to start hustling, and they're all around. Scott, say Maria, well, they love me so much. It's Dawn O'Deal. Yeah! With his small everything. Is he electrifying? Is he vibrating for Maria Athens? Don O'Deal! And his Fakel? Did he rent that from Tobin Motors?
Fakel chains. And it's not baby blue color. And I would
Here's
drive
the
that,
thing,
not that
everybody
one.
illegally and some legally, I think too, love me so much. Now, after I will write, shoot, track, produce, post, present, everything edit, post-production, pre, I don't really think about it. You know, I don't base my publicity worth on just that.
My body hurts a little bit from getting beat up since,
AI, Athens
I guess,
Intelligence.
2010.
AI, Athens Intelligence. AI, Maria Athens Intelligence. Very funny. And I would like to say, my fingertips right here, fingerprints hurt really, really bad. And there was a brown or black hole right there. But that left me organically early fall 2025. And well, can you see it? It's right there. The Regency Ghetto Towers. AI.
So it was right there. And when I started using the petroleum jelly, which I first learned about at Southern Hills after I voluntarily took myself for the third time to Sunrise, and the really good doctor said the second time, if I see you again here, which I didn't see him, I won't let you out. So I got that off, and it was like a circular right from my fingertips and on my thumb and all, of course, and it hurt to text and everything, but I was just so preoccupied with trying to do my news as perfect as possible and spend time with my animals and go to our pool and do all the things I like. I do need more balance,
So much
though.
has changed in about 10 months. Now, I haven't seen my animals, service animals, Kalamata, Gatula, Athens, and Happy Athens, in exactly 1 month and 1 day. Scott Centers is up here with LV and PD. But I need to repeat myself. They've done a lot, good and bad. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. This time last year was seemingly better. But it wasn't because I didn't know. Right? I was back to, I did my Greek Orthodox confessional. I was just happier. And I hadn't gotten my name back yet, and I played my music too loud, and I would like to say, Greek's not in a good way. We're really getting off on me. Some 24-hour radio station. I've heard all those songs. They're very, very old, and people used to call it, I don't know. I don't need to get into that right now. Where's the Regency Towers? Right? So then there's this one Greek pop star, and I was told by my ex-in-laws, Mina Eleftherio, and her husband, I forgot his name, and then her kids, Marilena and Strato, and I babysat them before, that pop star was their neighbor in Vuli Igmeni. And her music, not knocking her per se or anything, guys, there's one song I do like from my early teens to late teens, and she always shows up on that radio station and on my Instagram. And I keep saying, I don't know what I talk about. What do I talk about? Myself, my Cabbage Patch Kid. That never shows up on my Instagram feed. And so back to the, look at this place. And they're all saving, these are no, but they're all pretending to save place. Save, right? Oh yeah, I'm banned from here. The Las Vegas Country Club Estates. Look at this person. And he could be a good one. It's Maria Athens or Maureen Athens, matching my driver's license. This is not a neighborhood you want to live in. If these walls could talk. Leslie Snadowski, I've never talked to her. She could take down one of the elevators. We have 3 elevators. They're all segregated. None of them work. I heard they work now. If you're a third-party vendor for anything, if you're a third-party vendor, and say your toilet clogs. That never happened. One time, Scott Sanders flew in and plunged it. Good. It's Calamatas too. You have to be on their approved vendor list. V for Veronica. They are so effed, and they know it. Time. I saved Kalamata Gatula approximately 18 years ago, but she saved me. Reporting from Clark County, were Maria and Kalamata Gatula centers for News 25 Las Vegas. From in there. So today at this time, well, I was making my deadline, and then I was at our pool probably. Now, I did take about a day off, and I went out there so everybody knew when I was in or out of our unit, and Scott Centers illegally had people doing things to my service animals. Oh my gosh, is Arturo here?
You got fired. You can leave now. You can be in the store.
Go yourself. I can't be in this stone no more. For Scott Centers. I don't want to be in this store. He didn't get fired. Good. It's Maria Athens, 3111. Bel Air Drive 25D, like dynamite dick. 89109, Bel Air Drive, not Circle anymore. Oh yeah! Scott Centers! Oh! Give it to me for the first time! Scott Centers! Bend me over! Scott Centers! Right there! Oh!
Just kidding.
So today at this time...
Oh, this is also important to note. When all that was starting to happen, pretty bad, some of our good ones were at the pool. And I would like to say, I don't swim around in the pool with men that are my friends or hang out in my bikini, you know, if their wives aren't there. You know, maybe have a cigarette or something. I just don't. So I had a chair concoction that I used. It was older. And there was a bit, and nobody used it, you know, for years. And I would move and get it. There was a huge white water gun smashed in there. Now, there was this other guy, I don't know if he was Latino and Asian or something, but he would always, when I had my work gear and dressed nice with, you know, matching Nikes usually, he would like get in front of me in the elevator and put his butt out. And so then I was at the pool and I always used headphones and I danced around and drank coffee, and our vintage ashtray was taken out. And I think I said this, but Maxine Gaines told me, don't bring her into this. You know, go down and talk to Veronica and say you'll buy it from whoever took it, you know. And then, of course, I said just email Scott Centers. So he's down there with people that don't live in the building, and they were there by themselves at the pool with a thong on, okay, at the Regency Tower, and there's children there, and who wants to see that? And some butts are bigger, and some people look better, thicker, and I don't talk like this, and I don't think about sexuality or dating, but since I left Scott Centers, and when I stayed in Treasure Island, that's when I noticed it. So they're blasting foreign music, right? Spanish music. And I thought to myself, I would never get a boombox and blast any music, certainly not Greek, right? So we could all hear it that we're home, at least on our balconies on the west side, on the south side.
So I had this one sponsor for a second, DNL. Okay, and her husband was a felon. She told me they have loaded guns in the house and cars. Now, she told me I had Andrew Lambert as my lawyer, Scott Centers. Hey, then I got Miracle Mike Moberly. Yes! I love you, David Bebasop, but I love Maxine more. Don't tell anybody.
Loaded. Okay, so basically, I get this lawyer, Andrew Lambert, and so he says he checked with everyone, okay, and he didn't call anybody, and he had a Greek American as his partner in the law firm. I had to go up to Anchorage, Alaska for 10 days after rehab and the whole thing, voluntary, not court ordered, and go to jail. Then I thought to get a ankle monitor, but I was very fearful to stay in a hotel and or motel in Anchorage, Alaska, because I didn't feel comfortable with staying with anyone, and I needed a phone line. So I asked one of my friends, I'll keep him out of it, and his beautiful wife, but he said something like, and he is well connected, not in Anchorage, I'm not sure, then they'll know my address, his address, or their address. So then Deanne L. came over for the first time. She said, go up there, go to jail for 10 days. AA is your life now. Talk to the press outside and tell them that. And then, well, strategically, Donna, Anthony, and they came down here. I called them and they were down here or something for work there in law enforcement. And we ate at Trump International Hotel. Now, Scott Centers dropped me off in the Maserati Alaska plates. And I think I took an Uber home. Yes, I did. I'm positive. And then that's how I got Miracle Mike Moberly. So, but they didn't tell me what to do, right? Because I was like, well, I am guilty, you know, and the whole thing. And then we went to this vegan restaurant right over here, and she had like half of a vegan taco, and I had a couple, and just her Botox like melting off her face. And then they had loaded guns, and she said her husband was a felon. So I even told Scott Sanders, but I do it. I feel like I don't even know Anonymous Crime Stoppers that felons have loaded guns in the Regency Tower, not the Regency Towers, in Las Vegas Country Club, because we went to a meeting and there was a loaded gun on the right side. And I think it's a black Mercedes. It was a women's group. And I didn't touch it or anything. It didn't really make me scared. So then we're in the meeting and it was just my boyfriend got mad at me. I was in traffic. I broke a nail and all of these things. So I started scanning the room of like fake designer bags and who's gotten bad nose jobs. So then I said that in the car as a joke. It just wasn't my type. I'm not making fun of people who got nose jobs that felt bad about themselves and good people. So she called me the next day, or I called her, and she said I had to make a list of why I was resentful and jealous of the other women. And I knew this wasn't for me, but I still did it. So then Miracle Mike Moberly cleaned everything up in about 5 days. And I think I talked about this. I wasn't going to give up my guns for Scott Centers. So I took a 9-month domestic violence class on Main Street, across the street from where I made my show, with Agape in her stroller. I didn't miss any of them. And the female teacher was very professional and very polite and respectful. And I think you could miss one, but I didn't. So that way, and I could do it down here. I didn't have to go back to Alaska. And this is in slow-mo. Okay.
To me, the Regency Towers is an emotional buy. It's not like a fine wine. It does not get better with age. And as I know, they go fast when they're old. Who's going to die first or end up paralyzed? Maxine or myself? I love you, Maxine. I love you, Maxine. How's all the D's? There was a busted hole in every ceiling in my unit that Scott Centers with wires.
So this is a good part. So when I painted and did the facelift last year, or in February, because I'd left AA and I wanted something quality to do. So, I mean, you can see it in the photos that aren't for sale in our unit. It's in the living room and there's old TV. So it's all busted out, and on the ceiling there's a hole, and there's a one light bulb in the light bulb screw thing, and it turns on. So there is a string and it has so much pressure, right? And it was there for years. So when I painted, I cleaned up all the cords and I moved Agape's freezer and everything in that area outside of our room and some of his boxes. I didn't go through his boxes. And I said, that's a fire hazard. And when he was coming home, because I said I was making the house nice, the condo, I say home, happy, and I left and went on a walk downtown because I knew he was going to blow up. And then he pretended that he liked it. Now, in that time, I was real upset, before I called 911. And I had blown up a picture of Scott Centers and I in front of the Trump tree, and we ate at the bar in the daytime, and he was being passive aggressively mean, and I had on one of my cloth headbands, and I had this blazer. I really liked it. It was extra small Tommy Hilfiger, gray and white. It was really nice and it fit really good, and I had like chocolate brown nails, and I got it black and white, and then the frame of the picture, matte, I think it was light pink to match the pink accents of our bedroom. And I framed it with a frame from either Target or Walmart on the east side. So it was either our Target here on Maryland before you hit Flamingo, or down Charleston. And now I don't know which one I was on. I can find it. Oh, here it is.
Buy.
Then someone told me don't do
that. It's not like
that.
a fine wine. It does not get better with
No,
age.
don't.
And as I know, they go fast when they're old. Who's gonna die first or end up paralyzed? Maxine or myself? I love you, Maxine. I love you, Maxine. How's all the D's? There was a busted hole in every ceiling in my unit that Scott centers with wires.
I would also like to add, I had a deadline, and so my teleprompter I couldn't see out of my contacts, and I would hit it all the time. He would do anything to torture me. So the Steinbergs that lived on Mary Steinberg, who pretended that she hated Scott Centers and the whole thing. So she's up there. She's complained so much that he did all, like, our washer was leaking. So I still made my deadline. Someone had to come in and caulk our guest bathtub. And then a Jennifer Brown visited us and had diabetes with the clicker thing. She took a bath in the bathtub, she said, with Epsom salts. When I was cleaning everything out in the good, well, I called it a facelift that I gave our condo, I looked at it and it said you can't take an Epsom salts bath if you have diabetes, and so much more. Then another electrical people had to come in. They were younger, and so I don't follow people around in my house. I do now. No, I don't in here. Well, this one's smaller. So they were fixing something and I couldn't find the electrical unit. So the one above, well, my mirror that I would sit on the counter and do my makeup. And I also did this thing too because of them. I would like pluck my eyebrows, and I never did that before, and on this side. And then I would tell myself, don't touch it for, a week. And I would make it about 6 days or something. So that was right above, facing west. So Scott Center says that's where the internet is. And then, of course, they're acting. They made fun of a picture, I heard them, of Scott Centers and I. And I said, he's a U.S. Army veteran, and he served our country. And you shouldn't make fun of him like that. That's 25D.
It's getting hot now,
Workflow,
unit.
babies.
All the windows are open except our bedroom. Is the heater AC off? That's another thing. After the astronomically high homeowners association fees for this piece of shit, I was told the AC in the summer, which is really all year round minus a couple days, well, this academic calendar year and then some, would have been $300 to $400. All of ours are open but the bedroom. Yeah, my landlord. We never had a contract. Only a television one, evergreen. Fox, ABC, CW, statewide, Alaska, Newsnet never paid me. I need a 5-hour energy shot from Manoj. And anytime Manoj would call Scott Centers, he would pop right up, take off his satin eye mask that he started wearing at night. Why? So his face wouldn't show? And the video and audio of Kalamata Gatula Happy, myself and Agapi, and answer the phone, I would hear him. I'd only be better if I was a set of twins. I'd only be better if there were 8 days in the week. That's Scott Randall Centers. Happy belated birthday, 64. I think the lambs live right over here somewhere.
Sorry.
I think the lambs live right over here somewhere. Pinecrest or Pinehurst. So she was my sponsor. So then, Andrew Lambert, attorney at law in Anchorage, Alaska, he said I had to go up there and go to jail or then I was house arrest for 10 days. So Deanne Lamb comes over to our unit, Scott Centers, who's out of town. She said she would live in one of those if she wasn't taking care of her mother. Okay, then she says what you need to do is go up there and talk to the press when you get out of jail and say AA is your life now. And that she would come with me. Then one time we went to the vegan restaurant. I only saw her a couple times. It's not funny. I came too once or twice, and I drove Scott's Maserati with Alaska plates here to get more hard liquor and go home. It's not funny. Thank God I'm sober for life. When was that? 2019 or 2018 or 2020? And I'm not knocking this store. I've also bought cigarettes there when I'm sober. been here since Monday, December 22nd, 2025.
Yes,
I
Rhonda.
love you so much. Can I give you a hug? I love her so much. I do. Do you want my phone number now that I'm not a member of a banker? Do you want to hang out?
No, thanks, honey. I don't do much, but just go home.
Yeah, but what if you get let go at Garden World because of this?
No.
Where's Martha Palomera or Carla? I love you. Do you love me too? Bye.
This one will play. Isn't that weird?
Now here's a good one, the subway right here. So when Kalamata Gatula and I, December 19th, 2020, were crying outside of both gates, Vegas Valley and Joe W. Brown, I was drinking. I bought alcohol from the airport, but I didn't drink that much. I was amped up with something, I'm not sure. I ate in there, they let me use the phone. And Kalamata Gatula hadn't gone to the bathroom, but I think she did pee in her Sherpa bag. Then my mother was helping me get a hotel.
Isn't that weird? That's so weird.
But we're the one across the street from CCAC. I don't know, they wouldn't take her credit card. So I ended up and it's now a nonprofit, I think. And I was crying drunk on the phone with my mom saying I was gonna myself, but I didn't really mean it, and they kicked me out, which makes sense. It makes sense, you know. You know, he'd done all that. And then on that Monday, he shows up with Pastor Carey, Billy Lee Sticks Earl.
Weird. Right? They just won't stop. Oh,
Or whatever their nicknames are. Carrie Nutley from Keeping It Real. Because my money wasn't working, but they were letting me use the computer at the hotel. I can't remember what. Did I want to go get treatment or Crossroads? So then Scott Centers was in the back. He waited outside, then he came in. We were in the back seat. I put my head on his leg, and they stopped and got me 2 pieces of pizza. I went there from December 22nd, December 20th.
Oh. They're pulling out all the majors. Very funny.
Second till the 26th, Scott Centers picked me up, and he was such a dick.
Cancel.
Dollar General is so effed. At least in Alabama, Florida, in Las Vegas, and Pahrump. Dollar General.
Best one of them all.
I love this Target. It's my Target since I moved here. I'm not going to cry. What's that going to do? It is. I've gotten bikinis here, animal supplies, clothes for myself, everything. Carmex, everything. Everything. Picture frames and the whole thing. I love it. And when it's hot or cold, I'll bring Happy here and Agape to walk. And Scott Centers toxicated everything after we bought it here. And Lil Randall needs his hair sprayed gray, but I'm not going to because of the chemicals, right? I shouldn't be sleeping with a cabbage patch, smelling all that. I'm too...
Whoa. They'll do anything. Yeah, this one won't populate on my computer and won't play.
Right, and the whole thing for Scott Centers, and my Carmex is working better, and I miss this Target, and I miss my life. It was seemingly better this time last year, and what I want to say is the Melania biography, yeah, you can read it in a day like some stupid fake news on air. People said it was a lighter read for the masses, good, right? She's a polyglot. What language was it? Her first, very fun. So it comes out, and I wanted to get it. So I checked if they had any here because it was sold out according to Amazon and everything else. And her too.
Look at it. Look at it. They love it. They love it.
And I think she is so beautiful. Plastic surgery or not, I have some too. Botox and filler, but not since January. And I have Bell's palsy. And I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Like her beautiful, but more like cornflower blue eyes tilt up like that. Regardless if you don't like her husband's political ideology or not, you can't not say she's the most beautiful first lady that we had. Who was better? Jacqueline Bouvet Kennedy Onassi for Maria Callas. Now we're not all perfect. Back to us. So it said there were 2.
Where's Mayor Shelley and all of them? Where's our Attorney General letting this happen to me?
I checked online. There were 2 copies left. So I came in here, and it was a weekday. And they said they didn't have them. I asked a employee here. They found one in the back. That was stolen too. Last summer, last fall. I read it at my pool in a couple days. But then I always highlighted. I also wanted to enjoy it. Of course, she didn't dumb it down, but to appeal to the masses. It's Maria Athens. I'll be back. Hopefully, if I'm not dead or paralyzed, or they put me in a hospital.
Right, and so the reflecting of this and the whole thing, right? How's everybody? Oh, it's not done.
Because they stole all of my DNA, including, we've all seen myself in here with Scott Randall Centers. And Agape and Happy.
Kalamata was at home. Happy came with me to get the Melania book. They stole it in a hotel. Or motel.
Also,
It's
last summer,
hardcover.
according to local news, film storage blew up down here. And I realized it then, even as how intoxicated and poisoned I was. Is that where Scott Centers was storing all of his data on us or not? It just blew up in smoke. Or not. So my hair looks a lot better, and I waited more than 6 weeks, and I went into a really good floral shop and met a bunch of birds, people from my culture, and a familiar neighborhood. Very funny. None of this is funny, by the way. None of it. It's good to get out. So my hair looks a lot better now.
This one won't play either, of course. Vroom, vroom.
So I saw this when I'm still feeling way bad about myself. So our mayor, Shelley Berkley, is at UNLV in a menorah sweatshirt with blue and white, seemingly Hellenic flag colors at the wrists, saying something like, "Death to Palestinians, to, undergrad teenagers," or something like that. Death to all Palestinians. And it was in that. Now, Las Vegas Review Journal for Brian Greenspun. Now, don't quote me or them. I have a screenshot of it too, from when I wanted her to like me. And I wanted to get maybe write her an apology letter because I didn't leave that voicemail. And I know, but I don't know, I've never been there. The Gaza Strip, the soldiers, maybe that's all they know. And they're good and bad ones everywhere. And it also says online, she was the student body president of UNLV. And one of my favorite people ever goes there, I think still. Happy whatever holidays.
This one won't play.
So almost a year ago, because of what Scott Centers did, and I had to call 911 twice, and I was saying, the Silver Sevens, I think, I walked through here, because it cut down to Maryland with all of our business shopping faster, and I think the campus is really nice. And I was saying, too, the colors, that it kind of almost reminded me of Seton Hall, but it's a Catholic school, very funny. And I learned about Maud Fraser a little bit, and she's up here. Right here. Maud Fraser is right here. Maud Fraser spent her life working to improve Nevada's educational system. As a teacher and a lawmaker, Fraser helped reform the state's educational system, creating county-based school districts. She was instrumental in establishing Nevada Southern University in Las Vegas, now known as the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Quote, "Instead of trying to make people to fit into a certain mold, we should encourage them to furnish their own mold." Maud Fraser. And I walked about 2 hours, and I didn't drink enough water.
Time! Slow and steady wins the race. Not too slow and not too fast. I'm 47 and counting. Fresh for everyone. Just kidding.
Water. I don't know who the other people are. And this, of course, is covered. So, and of course, there's good professors and students and adjunct professors and tenured and the reverse. Good job, Las Vegas, and some of your alumni and the whole thing.
And everyone else. Almost. We'll see. Cancel. So this should be about, 28 minutes in total. So we keep going here. And this one won't play either. Okay.
So the
You heard it
fabulous
here
tunnels
first.
under myself, Kalamata Cthulhu, Happy, and the Maria Athens condo, and so much more. Elon Musk is totally screwed with all of his trillions of dollars if he did all this. How are my fingertips and fingerprint nails? These feel way better. They ached my pointer finger and my thumb for years, and I didn't notice with Scott Centers. This, I got it off.
This, I got it off. This, I got it off. This, I got it off.
William Jelly last early to late fall. And I left him permanently at the end of July. And there was this round, brown or black underneath. And it hurt all the time, but I didn't really notice. With all of his other abuse, trying to do my news perfect and taking care of my animals.
Cancel. They won't play, I know. Ooh, it's even smaller if I try to go horizontal and not vertical with
Tropicana
this
and
one.
Maryland, they're doing their thing the best. They don't care after law and everything. Tomorrow will be the final time I ever see Scott Centers and or talk to him by choice when he was up there with our Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and I voluntarily went up. Unless, of course, I have to stand trial against his crimes and his richer conglomerate associates, which I am fine.
What's wrong? What's wrong, everybody? What's wrong?
To do. That's Scott Randall Centers. Happy birthday week, May 26, 2026. Lil Randall is never waiting for a hug from you.
Cancel, revert. None of them will play.
Just got my hair done with our wind patterns, or I don't know, ask them. So, many of us know where I'm going, India Market, and I've been down there since before they stole my food stamp card. I've already talked about that. And they love me. Now, I'm not getting paid right now for this, but I will. And they love me, and I'm very wanted. I am. I know. And I'm not just saying romantically in terms of my style. And really, that's all I have to say. My style and...
Stomata. Then stomata torta, you effing criminals.
Smarts.
I'm
One-of-a-kind
sweating.
creativity. There's no place like home. Yeah, that movie is number one, making the stupid sphere over $1 million a day. Right. With at least one or two viewings inside for years. It's not my favorite movie now, but it was when I was little. It will always be my... Yeah, they're fucking... No, the aliens? The aliens? Who? Are revolutionized...
Athens intelligence, AI, Kalamata Athens intelligence, AI, Agape intelligence, AI, Happy intelligence, AI with Lil Randall watching. Okay.
Athens intelligence.
Let's go downtown for the discount. Okay. Thirsty effing Thursday, Friday. Happy. Have a great Friday, you MFs! You heard it here first.
They love me. They love me so much. And And the beat, they just don't have one. The way they drive everything, unless they're trying to come. I love this Indian Market and Cafe. I'm better. I love it. So I have two favorite international supermarkets. One is Teton Foods. One is Teton Foods, and of course they stole my food stamp card. One is Teton Foods in Astoria, Greece, and the other one is right
In
here
Astoria, Greece,
on Tropicana, Las Vegas. It's Maria.
What's wrong? What's wrong? I'm not turning myself on.
Maria Athens, thank you. And I'm on a limited food budget, but I do need certain essentials. FU, SNAP means Home Nevada, EBT card, welfare. No, I'm not ashamed I got it. I paid into it, and I need it. Of course, like I said, and I walked about 8 or 9 miles a couple Mondays ago. I was just doing fabulous, and I was kind of, and people are upset with me and my family. I had on a bikini, and it was hot, and I hadn't eaten, and they stole my water in there, too. They didn't even review my paperwork. It took about, 8 or 9.
Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas. Drive carefully. Come back soon. Come back soon.
Hours of my life, and because it said I didn't have disabilities or dependents. I have, my ears shot out. That's not why I'm loud. From Scott Center's Bell's palsy, permanently recovered, lifelong recovered alcoholism and stress and trauma. Opa, Caliorexy.
Monomoo. I'm stronger when I'm alone.
So I am on a budget because I didn't get enough money out for my hair. Well, I was going to stop at Chase Bank again. Chase Bank, move, you redheaded fat f***. So I was going to go to Chase Bank again, but so I only have a little bit of, not enough money, but I do need the basics in here. Very funny, right? So some of us look good with dyed red hair or, I don't know, blonde hair. Now I did it too dark a couple times, twice, because people said my blue eyes would pop.
I love you, Maxine. I love you, Maxine. I love you, Maxine.
And also, I realized in 2021, most women are jealous of other beautiful women. And I used to want all of I still do my real friends to be, beautiful in their own right, happy and successful. Whether that's being, I don't know, an astrophysicist that's good and ethical, or a housewife or whatever. Most women are not like that. And I've learned a lot lately, at least on socials, ones that have been jealous of me since the jump. And I have a lot of real friends. Even in Nevada, and we all secretly want to hang out. We can't right now.
Vice, HBO, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's amateur hour. Less than $200 per your Alaska link. Rest in peace, Bert Cottle, Don Young.
They will do anything, right? They've already wrecked my refrigerator. It's brand new, right? So I like the ones with the cheese in them. Nobody else eats this. It'll get you fat, but they don't have it. So anything. They love my Greek American ass. I know. Everything. You can enjoy Air Max 90s. They're so ugly. They look like marshmallows on your feet, except men's around town. For Scott Centers.
And these would populate. I mean, I watched them right after I didn't edit them or anything, and even in here. And just like that, they wouldn't work a couple hours ago. I'm more than that.
Failed business plan on Kalamata Gatula, Agape, Happy Athens, and I am the most important because I'm a human who takes care of them. Scott Centers, right there, Scott Centers, right there for the first time, Now, it's fine if Scott Centers was gay, but I didn't know he was, and not with our abuse, his abuse. And like I said, if I was gay, I'd be fine.
What's wrong? I guess I should ask Amy up north about what they all do when they're working, off-site, at least politicians.
I haven't been as of yet. So define yourselves as you will.
Now, is that the state capitol or the District of Columbia, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't come from that world, and I never want to be in it.
Scott Sanders and Minoj, 5 energy shot. His boss, Scott Sanders, and he says the multi-billionaire. Look at his picture, and I heard them talking on the phone a lot. Right here in Las Vegas and in other states. He donates 99 or 98% of his billions for clean water in India. Sure.
Cancel, revert, cancel, 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 cancel. None of them will play.
And people have food porn and everything. Oh, feed me. Attorney General Aaron Ford. We've got Yiddo right here. Right? And he's on his social medias, okay, saying his poor mother always has food in his belly or tummy. Those are just terms I've never liked right here in America. That's Aaron. He cares about you. And he's doing a lot of criminal things to me. Aaron, that green-eyed one, right?
I'm darker than him. And he's running for governor. Right
Who
here in
does he
Nevada.
dress up as? Gross.
Beep, 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 woof, tweet, all illegal to me, almost.
And you know, I am sad because this is the first time I've come in here since last summer, and I'm doing a lot better at health and wellness that I did all by myself too, right? Without my food stamp card. And I deserve it. And they love this. They don't torture me in any way because so many of them are sickly obsessed with me in really criminal ways too. And there's got to be some good people that care about me.
Could my mom, I would never ask her, nor lend me $100,000. It would be a tax write-off for her. Even more so with our president, I think. And she has so much more money than I even can imagine. Thank God she paid for Desert Hope. It was a lifesaver. I know. None of these will play. I know.
And I know about this stuff. If you're a real alcoholic and I'll keep it in my own little backyard, and it's a rural community like Anchorage, Alaska. Now, I'm not saying I was perfect. Obviously, I've driven drunk before. But I never drove like I did there, going to the liquor store by myself. So it sounds all good. Don't drink and drive. But they don't understand, and I'm not giving myself a pass. And I used to say, oh, it's a disease. And
Ooh. And I primarily do better well in urban environments where there are taxis or I can walk home. Very funny. They'll just stop at no cost, criminally, I mean. Slow it down then.
I think it was a disease. I'm still not sure. But it is. It's not the drinking, it is the thinking. And that's not, AA didn't invent that either. Nor did I. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes when I'm blacked out also, too, I'll always have my seatbelt on, but I won't remember driving. Call an Uber. Call a taxi. If I'm alone somewhere and my car's there and I don't feel safe, blacked out, I'm positive I'll drive.
And all the fake people like Melissa Gibson and her husband, I forgot his name right now, worked at Cabela's in Anchorage. He has 3 DUIs. He just doesn't drive drunk anymore. He just doesn't touch his keys. Okay.
So as we know, many of us know, and people can't understand, thinking the 109 is my favorite bus. Right here in Las Vegas, RTC. Because it got me and I used to take it, but I didn't have a driver's license. So, primarily to make money and make my TV show, and to get her to her, optometrist, specialist, the emergency vet, and a lot of criminal veterinarians. Thank you.
Or just one. Not Dr. Christopher Smith at I Care for Animals. That's elective. And Happy had these, he has like water comes out of his eye, so we took him to I Care for Animals. Scott Centers was in town, and the doctor in layman's terms explained, it's just water, and there's only a couple, I think it's eyelashes because he has long eyelashes. Scott Centers got really mad at me in the car because there's always elective at I Care for Animals. We have to do this. I said, no, we're not doing this to him. Lasering part of his eye off or something? I'm not sure. Ask Scott Center.
Very funny. Very funny. It was just funny. But as it's coming, so I don't know.
Let somebody off. He had to let somebody off. Yeah, he's the bus driver, right? Okay. Dude, that one will play. Isn't that weird? This one won't, though. Of course not. When someone tried to break my pointer finger on the right.
I haven't been on the bus since I picked up Lil Randall from LVMPD EV on April 16th, just before noon. But we got on the bus afternoon, and we got on 2 buses. And I bought these, right? Because everybody's illegally listening to me and inside my rental unit and my own home and all of my real newscasts that I'm doing every day, banging out at least an hour show, really, if you add commercials. So these I got at 7-Eleven, a good 7-Eleven. Now they were about $17. Now,
What? Because they're scared they're going to lose their jobs. Or is it really, we're in Las Vegas or any major city, right? They've got to be on.
Honestly, they're Mac compatible.
Whose outfit's
They
on
work in
point?
my phone, but not for FaceTime, and they don't work in my MacBook Air. But then I thought I would save them for jump, right? And I like jump, and I said hi when I got on this RTC. It's my favorite 109. And I said not for 30 years, so I asked him what that means. Get a high, not for 30 years. Now I haven't had medical marijuana since last September. And the last time I saw Scott Randall Centers or talked to him was just about 10 months ago when he was up in our...
When he was up in our unit with LVMPD. When he was up in our unit with LVMPD.
RT25D with LVMPD. Now, if I have to stand against trial on him or whatever and his other more powerful, richer criminals, don't worry, I can. And I will say too, I do look at pictures once in a while online and I do tear up. There is a part of me, but then I have to remember what he's doing. He doesn't care. And he's passive aggressive and he's watching all of this too, right? So, for example, when he tried to steal...
Just kidding. I have a bony.
Steal all my money, homeless me, lie to Sunrise. I have a medical record this thick that I have a Cabbage Patch wire in my head. I'm suicidal, anorexic, bipolar, schizophrenic, all of these things. He knows I'm not. Ask anybody I've worked with, but they all want to say I'm crazy because they love me. And there's some good people around that love me for me and aren't jealous. And I don't look good pale. And I also, like I've said, I'm not conditioned to think that blue eyes and fake blonde hair, real blonde hair.
They just won't stop at any cost, these effing criminals.
Yeah, like every blue-eyed, blonde-haired natural is pretty, right? There's just as many, brown hair and brown-eyed people of equal stature. RTC 109, yeah!
Hoopy. She sent me a care package in Marin County before I went to Marin Services for Women with my favorite chocolate bar, the thick Eon Milk chocolate bar. And Agape jumped on the table, I think, when I was in the other room and ate it for the first time. Then I called our best vet, Dr. Dennis Apovla. He's from Puerto Rico in New Jersey. But he told me the amount she had eaten, because I got it at the amount she had eaten. This one won't play either. That don't rush her to the emergency vet because I called there. The one in San Francisco, I don't think they had one in Marin then. And it was like 5,000. They had a waiting list to pump her stomach. So I'm glad I called him. She survived. That was 2011.
So legally said, am I connecting a pair of headphones? These aren't wireless. So
that's the first time Agape ever did that. Anything like that. And then, of course, the emergency vet here, when she was, very old, I saw tons of people come in when their dogs ate marijuana. So she never did that either. Right here in Las Vegas.
Our mayor, Shelley Berkley, is illegally letting all this happen to me, and she loves me. That's what they say. And my Ward 5 District 6 council member Shondra Summers-Smith or something, Armstrong-Smith. I met her when I made my show at Vegas Stronger Works with Maria Athens. Not that I'd ever put her on it. And she had this haughty attitude, and I honestly thought she was one of the clients, right? Okay, she controls the RTC. Very funny. And I love Lil Randall so much. And that's how we...
And of course, Dave Marlin pays them to come in there and take a picture with him. And then
Please stop and shut up. I have Bell's palsy in my left eardrum is broken partially from Scott Randall Centers. Ridiculous. Sit down. Do not put me on your fucking phone. I didn't. Sit your ass down and shut up. Scott Centers. All of them. All of them. RTC. Yeah, it's Vegas, baby.
And of course, when I've been on the bus in the last couple of months, there's people with open pocket knives and Phillips head and flathead screwdrivers pointed at me and the whole thing, right? And the whole thing.
They're gonna make this break though.
And we're,
Health insurance, I do Silver Summit and everything. I took my EBT card, everything. RTC, yeah, you know me, and Agape. Very funny. Agape, and I love this bus. When she had her stroller. In the last year or two of her life. Thank God.
so now this is 57 minutes, right? Okay. None of them will play. What time?
And not to forget, before I called 911, there was a fleet of Teslas in our visitor parking, and I don't ever look over the balcony because we're on the 25th floor, and actually Scott Centers would lean on it sometimes, and they never checked it, and it's an old building, it's a historical landmark, so I get scared, that it would break, but I would. And then when I first came, I didn't go on the balcony. I was scared because, the facade of it, but if it had been, solid, then I would have, but it took me...
Solid.
And then inch by inch. At first, I would crawl out there, but then I would, essentially lock my Agape Calabata in a bedroom and close the door. And and then I just crawled on it. And then after a couple of weeks, I sat in a chair. But I would never lean on the floor. So there was a fleet of Teslas watching me with all his fake reports that I said I was suicidal.
I'm not
and
ever.
Wanted to jump off the balcony.
Never.
Scott Centers. And he is a lot of these things.
Just kidding.
Abusive, Jekyll and Hyde, split personality, bipolar, so many things. Physically abusive, mentally abusive, and he just screams and screams and screams and screams and screams and screams. And he has spittle coming out of his mouth, and you feel their blood vessels are going to pop out of his body. And I would always say, you're in a sober blackout because of your war. And I really loved him, because he said he was in the Army for 20 years. And if it is true, he saw things I didn't see, right?
So I'm leaning back, so my stomach, it goes out, it's fine now.
In Iraq and Bosnia-Herzegovina and other countries too. And I do not want him back.
Cancel, revert, cancel. Do you like my little thumb and pointer fingerprint color?
What a chic building, just kidding. Now I'm very attached to it. It is the biggest piece of shit ever. Look at that place. And I don't bring cigarettes on purpose, because then I would probably smoke a couple of them, and I haven't smoked one for 5 or 6 hours. Now,
Anything. Everything. Everything.
I'll smoke one when I get home.
Okay.
I didn't waste it. Look at this dumb place. I don't like this one either.
Metal, plastic.
I can say right now. Just take it in. Just take it in. Look at that place. No, I love it. I love it since the second I saw it. I said, you pay at least HOA, Homeowners Association fees, $1,800 a month. None of the elevators work. You risk your life even going on the first floor. Nothing works in there, nothing. And then someone on the side, I do like the vending machine when I don't want to go out, you know?
M&Ms were tampered with.
And to bring your groceries up and down there, the whole thing, it is such a process. And that neighborhood is so boring. It is so boring. Okay, and then somebody told me on the slide, well, last summer, or this time last summer, the M&Ms don't have M's on them. So he, of course, infiltrated the vending machine because Scott Centers wanted to clone myself and my 3 animals, which he did too. It's too late. He did something, right, to be, well, accept.
An hour and 1 minute. Okay. Let's roll.
Accepted and have tons of billions or trillion of dollars in his, well, he's 64 now. So I'm 63 years old. Now, of course, when Kalamata threw up the clone of the dog, I just Skipper Kipomsky, and then the cat was growing on top of it, and I saw it, so did LVMPD, and I wanted to watch, but not like that, and then LVMPD knocked on my door again nicely and said, maybe you should take yourself to the hospital again. So I thought about it, you know, and I was like, maybe I should. So...
And then, of course, well, they kept me in the lobby in the stretcher, and I was like, oh my God, what if he gave me HIV? What if he gave me HIV? You know, I was in there 15, 20 minutes with an entourage of people that worked there and people coming in and out, and the good doctor came over to me, and they had already told me I'd done my blood work. Don't tell anyone.
And obviously, all this illegal stalking, belittling me, saying sexually exploitative things about me. I'm a hoe, I'm a slut, I'm a bitch, and everything is under the auspices of our city mayor.
Amber, you know, who's this?
Look at this thing. Look at this thing. No! She's gonna...
She tried to break my right finger. She's African American with fake pink hair. And she had on an Old Navy sweatshirt and jeans, you know, and it's pretty hot here, and carrying a rainbow bag and a Burger King bag, and that had, well, seemingly new food in it because you could see the grease, and then she put it in the rainbow bag, rainbow clothes from Boulevard, which makes no sense at the bus stop that she got on. I don't know.
Punch me. She's gonna punch me. I know, I'm putting this on the TV though. That's the difference.
And then when I was walking, well, south to get my hair done, some African American, and I don't talk like this, obviously younger than me, starts going like, I'm a bitch and I'm a hoe and all this stuff. And then I said something. She's like, I'm only 17. I'm only 17. F you, you white bitch, and all this stuff. So at least when I was 17, I didn't say I'm only 17. How are her parents or guardians? Right? How are her parents or guardians? Or is she acting illegally? All of this is illegal, of course. Cancel.
Break my finger. Ow! She tried to break my finger. She's recording her illegally. No, I'm not.
I'm recording her illegal?
Break my finger.
She was recording me.
Ow! She tried to break my finger. She's recording her illegally. No, I'm not.
Yes, she was recording me illegally.
She just tried to break my finger. Ow! She tried to break my finger. She's recording her illegally. No, I'm not. She just tried to break my finger. Ow! She tried to break my finger. She's recording her illegally. No, I'm not. She just tried to break my finger. Ow! She tried to break my finger. She's recording her illegally. No, I'm not. She just tried to break. So after this thing tried to break my finger, the bus driver, I'll keep his name out of it, RTC gave me this little Jesus loves you. And I got nervous, you know, because everyone's been treating me bad almost. Thank you. I mean it. I'm gonna save him forever.
Have him right up here.
You know, Lil
Sweet
Randall's
Home.
been home, and he does need gray hair. He does. He doesn't look like himself, and it's affecting his self-confidence. And I asked a beautiful professional hairdresser, beautiful, but you know, she reminded me that it could burn his scalp, and he's plastic and cloth. So I can't take any chances, and I had a really good time. I'm very, very sad too at Target, but it went well with security and everything. So should I go buy the spray and spray his head and smell the chemicals again? He doesn't look like himself. And none of us feel good when we don't look like ourselves. If you know what that means. Should I say so much of this is criminal against me? So I got these at my India supermarket. I don't own it. And they look good. And I don't have a microwave, so this... I'm going to eat all 4 of them because I haven't eaten. And Lil Randall just looked at the helicopters. We're not sure if they're tours or not. Look, Lil Randall, we can't smell like cigarettes and get dirty, so. Now, I did get kind of beaten up on the bus. It was my other finger, and that one sometimes won't crack. And I heard that I could get arthritis, and I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I can crack at least 6 out of 10, and thumbs aren't fingernails per se, but there's a nail on it. And nobody shot me or will paralyze me or put me in a hospital yet today or tonight. Very... Under the Las Vegas sun, I would like to pledge, if my cat, Kalamata doesn't make it through this, I will F you up all so bad. So bad. That's not a threat, it's a promise, and always legal, non-violent. Love my little family. Like flavored rum gum. Her full name is Athenian Princess Kalamata Tiger Pussy Athens. Now, when I got back to America, when I went to vets that weren't Dr. Sapovla, and him too, when it said, well, species, feline, and type, I put Athenian tiger pussy, and it's true. Athenian street tiger pussy.